Hang Seng, after falling almost 2% in yesterday's trading session, is seeing some gains of around 45 points.
TCS today welcomes its new CEO and MD, K. Krithivasan.
And on the way up, the Bank Nifty for the uptrend needs to cross the recent high of 44,499.
The base issue is close to around 1.5%. There's a green shoe option of another 1.5%.
Well, what did the economy do? It scored a 6.
The first tick on the index is actually in the green, but just consolidating with a bit of a positive bias.
I think the market overall, we don't see a big upside really from a near-term perspective.
The May outcomes have been quite good, particularly in the domestic business.
And when you really look into the data, I think it comes really from government capex.
It's a flat screen right now when we look at the Nifty and the Sensex.
The rationale for us to increase the stake in ImmunoAct is to help them to build their capacity.
Earlier, electric two-wheelers used to get a subsidy of 40% of the vehicle cost. That is going to come down from today to 10% to 15% of the vehicle cost.
Good numbers led largely by the domestic business, which has doubled year on year. Nifty has been very range-bound at that 18,554 mark.
Well, that was the day so far. You're with us here on another edition of Closing Bell this Thursday afternoon. We're coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal studios. I'm Prashant. With me here in the studios are Reema and Surabhi. Guys, hi. Good afternoon. And Mangalam is joining us from the newsroom floor as well. The market is not doing very much if you just looked at the Nifty, but it is doing a lot if you looked at the mid and the small cap part of the market. Actually, that's what I want to start with, because for the second day in a row, the small cap index is roaring. I mean, the index was up 1% yesterday, when the Nifty was down sharply, and today it's up another 1%. So that is where really all the action is. Even the mid-cap index is not doing as well. It's up 1/3%. Of course, doing better than the Nifty, but the small caps is where the list of, it's a long list of really very broad stocks which are doing well. And maybe we can put out a few names in a bit from now, but and led by volumes. Yesterday was a very high volume day, the second highest ever. There was a little bit of that MSCI effect as well, but I suspect volumes won't match yesterday's high, but they're pretty healthy today as well. As I said, mid-caps are also doing well. The Nifty is absolutely flat, nothing at all, 12 points lower. And in terms of the global scene, the dollar is flat. The dollar almost got to the 105 kind of levels and sold off last night. But this morning in Asia, it's absolutely flat. Asian equities ended flat as well, more red than green. Europe is doing a little better. Indices there are up in the green. US futures are flat to slightly higher. So not very much in terms of cues from US as well. Reema,
actually, Europe is doing very well. The DAX is up more than 1%. That's, the German index, which is a gain of 1.1%. We're looking at a 0.9% rally coming, 1% gain coming through on the French index as well. So the Europe screen is actually more than fine. It's roaring, but remember the last couple of days have been very, very weak for the European indices. Including the up move that you're seeing today, frontline European indices are down close to about 1.5% week today. In terms of individual gainers, pharma seeing a lot of buying interest. So Apollo Hospitals, Divi's Laboratory, these stocks are up 4% and 2.5% respectively. Auto is one pocket where we have seen earnings upgrades. So Bajaj Auto, Tata Motors and Hero MotoCorp, that's where some more buying interest has come through. And in the last few minutes, you are seeing an uptick in Nestle. Nestle is gained close to about 1%. Just right now, pull up that intraday chart of Nestle. And on the losing side, keep your eye on some banks. Selling pressure emerging. ICICI Bank has moved to the day's low. That's down nearly about 0.5%. Pull up a State Bank of India. Some of the gains are being trimmed over there. Axis Bank also has a little bit of a nick. It's ICICI Bank, Axis Bank. Some of these banks are seeing their profits being taken off.
Oh, yeah, that's what's pulling it down. But really, the day belongs to pharma. Pharma index itself has had a big move today, and all the top constituents are right up there on the Nifty tally. I mean, if you look at the top 10 stocks, you'll find 4 to 5 pharma names: Apollo, Divi's. There is a Cipla, there's Sun Pharma. So there's a big pharma rally that's playing out, and that is one of the best performing indices. In fact, the best performing index in the market today. Just a word on some of the interesting mid-cap movers and shakers. There's lots of follow-through buying happening on Tier 2 financial stocks. I'll just name a couple. The South Indian Bank, which is looking at an 8.5% up move. There's UCO Bank. There's PNB Housing Finance. There's RBL Bank. There's Manappuram. So whether it's banks or NBFCs, tier 2 financials are having a very, very solid run. That's another key takeaway from today's action. But I guess, Mangalam, this has been the trend for a while now, right? The benchmarks tend to remain flattish. It's all about individual stocks beyond the Nifty 50.
It is all about individual stocks, and a lot of people are watching the individual stocks, but there are a lot of people who are also watching the index, and the index not doing anything or consolidating around a fulcrum is the best that option writers can hope for, because they get to eat the premiums on both call as well as the put side. And that's something that I'm looking at today as well. Not much in terms of a move for the Nifty. Over the last couple of days, it was meandering around the 18,600 fulcrum. Yesterday, it came down to around 18,500. And today, 18,550 seems to be the fulcrum where a fair amount of options are written. Next 1 hour, we will see both the Nifty and Nifty Bank weekly options expiry play out. At 3 p.m, we will see which way things move. But, the way options are placed right now, we don't expect a big move either, because on the Nifty itself, 18,500 put, extremely active right now. The bulls believe 18,500 is an important support to watch out for, and 18,600 call on the way up is extremely active as well. So you have the market meandering between this 18,500 to 600 range for the next 1 hour. For the Nifty Bank, again, it's all round numbers, psychological support coming in at the 44,000 level. That's the most active put. And on the way up, we have the 44,100 call for a premium of a little over under 100 odd rupees, telling you that 44,200 is a range. So 44,000 to 44,200 on the Nifty Bank, and 18,500 to 18,600 on the Nifty is what the street is bracing for in terms of an expiry. So not a big move expected even at 3 p.m. However, just keep an eye out on the medium-term levels, the important levels, the 20-day moving averages, both on the Nifty and the Nifty Bank. By virtue of the markets moving higher, these have moved higher as well, but not enough. So those would be important supports to watch out for in the medium term.
Okay, so those are some of the markers that we can keep in mind. Let's tell you what's lined up on the show today then. Auto sales have come in for the month of May. They've been trickling in, and so far it looks like a rather solid set. We'll get you all the details in just a bit. Laurus Labs trades higher. The company has increased its stake in a cell and gene therapy company, ImmunoAct. We'll get you excerpts from the management conversation. We learn from sources that Bank of Maharashtra is eyeing a QIP. All the details coming up on the show. And of course, we'll discuss portfolio calls with our Alpha Manager of the Day, Aditya Sood of Incred PMS, joins in. All this and more over the next 60 minutes.
Okay, well, that's a line-up here over the next 60, as Surabhi said. Well, how should you position yourself now in the last hour of trade? And as